Hi and welcome to today's team selection video, and it is an absolute disaster class. Let's just take a look back at game week 2. I played the wild card and anything that could have gone wrong for a player in fantasy Premier League football did go wrong. In my squad, I have a red card, a penalty miss, and an own goal. It was absolutely frustrating. I think on paper, this team is great, but it's forced me into going from rolling my transfer into taking a -4. So just going through the team, Trent getting a blank there, disappointing Liverpool result again. Check out my Twitter for a thread about Liverpool's lack of attack and the isolation issues between each department of defence, midfield and forward. The Man City double up in defence with Edison as goalkeeper and Walker as my defender did get me that clean sheet, 6 points each. Unfortunately, Cancelo with a late assist got 11 points by himself. So again, trying to cover that Man City clean sheet has not paid off for me there. James getting on the score sheet. Once he moves back to that right wing back position, he is absolutely clinical. And if Fofana joins Chelsea, hopefully that will solidify him in that right wing back slot. Moving on into midfield, my late change was Almiron in for Saliba, and that's given me 4 points actually. So Almiron's got himself another 90 minutes on the pitch here. He got just over 80 minutes last week and 90 minutes this week. I think he is in that Newcastle side, and for 5 million, he's probably going to be swapping around, but with the transfers that I've made, he might find more time on the bench. But Saliba with that own goal sat first sub, saved me a little bit there choosing Almiron. Salah with a blank against Palace, similar to what I said about Trent, disappointing there. Saka, my wildcard decision was Diaz and Gabriel Jesus or Saka and Darwin, and it is, I'm not even going to count. I know it's over 20 points and I'm not going to look at it, but Saka there with a blank. Martinelli on the score sheet with 8 points. Haaland with just an assist against Bournemouth. He only had 2 completed passes all game, and one of those was an assist. You can argue though that Phil Foden not squaring the ball just cost him a double return there. He easy tap in. Again, frustrating game week where anything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. And we move on to the most wrong players in this side. We have Mitrovic with a penalty miss. So again, he's probably gone from a double-digit haul where he's getting a goal and he's probably picking up bonus to a -1 for missing the penalty. And of course, Darwin, -2, sent off for his first Premier League start for headbutting Joachim Anderson, who was bugging him all game. No excuses for what he's done there. Anderson had a blinding game against him. Darwin was frustrated, and it's just unacceptable. And he has forced me into a -4. It's been a really difficult start to this season. Usually my seasons start this way anyway. Bench boost game week 1, wildcard game week 2, I still stand by that. It's just that it hasn't paid off. My players have been there, and I've just felt very unfortunate. Look, this game week, anything that could have happened to my team did, but it's given me 44 points for the game week. Of course, a red owl. Game week rank of just under 7 million. So I'm sat now just under 4 million as my overall rank, but there's a long way to go, and there's no need to get to those panic stations just yet. So that first move, of course, has to be Darwin. He's going to miss the next 3 games because he was given a straight red for violent conduct, and it goes to Gabriel Jesus. This isn't just for cover. He has been fantastic for Arsenal. Again, that wildcard decision of Gabriel Jesus and Saka, Jesus lost to Saka, and then Darwin over Diaz. That's obviously cost me so many points there, but you got to just go with it, roll with the blows, and Gabriel Jesus comes in now for Darwin, which I think is an easy, straightforward decision. This, though, with me having 3 Arsenal players, someone had to give, and you might think that I would just have done this. Jesus in for Darwin and then Saka out for Diaz, but I haven't gone that way. I've actually taken out Saliba and I've brought in Cucurella. Now, I didn't want to take a -4 to go Saka to Diaz. I still believe in the Arsenal attack more than their defence. Cucurella for 5 million, if he's getting into that Chelsea side, is fantastic value. If he starts to see his minutes managed, that's when I'll go and look elsewhere. Maybe when I spoke earlier, if Fofana joins Chelsea for 4.5 million, that could be a great introduction to get access to those Chelsea clean sheets. They have a really great run of fixtures now, but if I've got the James Cucurella double up and Cucurella plays, I think that could be fantastic value. So I didn't want to get Saka to Diaz because I've got Bournemouth, and I just knew if I took a -4 for Saka, he'll end up, this will be the game week where he goes crazy and gets like a massive double-digit haul. So going into the team, first up, goalkeeper still is there. Ederson away to Newcastle United. Clean sheet potential. He's there for the long term because I've played an early wildcard, but sticking the goalkeeper in from the best team in the Premier League who gets the most clean sheets year after year is a no-brainer. Trent will be playing against Manchester United. Now, when I come to the captaincy later on, if that game goes ahead, but Trent, of course, no-brainer. Reece James away at Southampton, looking good. 2 attacking returns in his first 2, and again, if he gets put in that right wing back slot, he is up there as one of the best FPL assets to own. Cucurella then new into the side. Hopefully he keeps that slot at left wing back, but even if he goes back to left centre back, I've just got a big interest in Chelsea's defence and those potential clean sheets because of a great run of fixtures. Next up, we've got Kyle Walker who stays in the side. He's got himself a price rise as well to 5.1 million, which is great for me because at this stage of the season, a 0.1 million rank rise is more like a 0.5 million, and I like the idea of people not buying Kyle Walker. Next up, we've got Mo Salah, who is currently my vice captain. Now, Manchester United looked an absolute shambles against Brentford, but Liverpool haven't exactly set the world on fire as well. And again, I'll come back to that thread on my Twitter at FPL Hall. Go have a look at that where I pinpoint some real key issues with the isolation of Liverpool's attack, and without that quality of Thiago in centre mid, they're really lacking that attacking punch. So I'm keeping faith with Saka. I'm hoping he's going to deliver the goods like he did last season. I still think Arsenal are the way to go. Great fixtures. I've got Bournemouth, Fulham and Villa coming up next. So I didn't go for Diaz. I've put my faith in Saka and I'm hoping he's going to deliver the goods. And of course, Martinelli's still here. The first player to go up by 0.2. Him and Haaland are up there. And he has done fantastic. Again, 2 attacking returns in 2 games. And he's doing the business, and for 6.2 million, I still think now he is potentially the best price player in the game. Perhaps it's between him and Gabriel Jesus, so if you've not got 3 Arsenal, I would be extremely surprised. Up front, we've got Mitrovic at home to Brentford before a couple of difficult fixtures for the Fulham man. I did want to get him on the wildcard to give him a couple of game weeks to see how he does, but if he doesn't deliver, he can always go down to a 4.5 million and I can improve my defense or bring in another midfielder. But I still think he could be great value for his price. Going across them up front, pretty much most people have these 2. Haaland is away to Newcastle. Disappointing display, you can argue, against Bournemouth, but like I said, if Foden squares it to him, he's walking away with 2 attacking returns. And of course, Gabriel Jesus, over 70% owned, the most owned player, I believe, in FPL history, and he is delivering the goods. 4 attacking returns, absolutely destroyed me last week. Now I've got him in, I'm hoping he can do the same. On my bench then, we have Ward in goal at 4 million. Some people have got the Ward-Iverson double up. It's not paying off so far because Leicester, we know, concede a lot of goals. They score a lot, which is great if you're looking at the likes of Maddison and Vardy, but it's not so good if you're thinking about trying to get clean sheets. But for 4 million, it's great to have a great 4 million goalkeeper. Williams is going to be on my first bench here, not because of his great performance against West Ham. It's more because of their next opposition, Everton, have pretty much no attacking threat whatsoever. So Williams did have a great game, some great balls into the box and some attempts on goal. I'm not confident still in that Nottingham Forest defence, and I don't particularly want to start him, but as my first sub against an Everton side with a limited attacking threat, I think he's great. Almiron takes that second slot even though he's at home to Manchester City because Newcastle have been impressive, and Andreas sat at the third slot because he currently has a knock and we haven't got an update just on that yet. So here's how we line up then for game week 3. It is a 4-3-3, old school classic coming out here. maybe I'm a little bit early on the trend. I think 5 at the back is still looking extremely strong. The 5-3-2 formation with basically Haaland and Jesus up front seems to be doing the business right now. But I'm hoping that getting Cucurella in earlier with this Chelsea run of fixtures and for that cheap price of 5 million could be a good shout. I do have bench cover, so I'm not too worried about this yet. Also, having that triple Arsenal attack, I don't still have that much faith in the defense. Zinchenko's been fantastic. Saliba, even though he scored no goal for 4.5 million, is fantastic. But I really like the Arsenal attack, and having all 3 of them could either really help me or we'll see really hurt me. And you can see my captaincy is on Gabriel Jesus. There are 2 reasons for this. One, he's in great form. He's just scored 2 goals and 2 assists against Leicester. The issue I have with this is Bournemouth have just nullified Haaland in their game, Manchester City, which is a better team than Arsenal. So if they can stop Haaland from doing much, maybe they can do the same to Gabriel Jesus. But also the other thing that puts me off Mo Salah is that it's at Manchester United, the game, Liverpool against Manchester United at Old Trafford, and there could be fan protests, and they've had a game called off because of fan protests before. So I don't want to be sat here just captaining Salah because it's Salah against a bad Manchester United side. He is a fantastic captaincy option, but Gabriel Jesus is really close to Salah in terms of captaincy choices this week, but without that lingering threat of a potential match disruption, pitch invasions, or just a complete cancellation of the match. Thank you for watching today's video, guys. If you like it, please leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what your transfer moves are and who is your captain for this game week. I should be live streaming at 8 AM on Saturday morning, and it would be fantastic if I could see you all there. Thanks for watching again, guys, and as always, have a good one.